enigmatic animal behaviors that, if were not filmed, would have been impossible to believe. Disabled miniature horse. Meet this cutie who has a congenital defect and can't seem to walk properly with it. This is Turbo, a miniature horse that was brought to an animal sanctuary. Turbo has little to no movement in his rear end, as he can only walk in a hunched position, with his total body weight being placed on his two front legs. The life of this horse changed upside down when his rescuers brought him a wheelchair to assist him in walking. Turbo was so excited that he hopped on it in an instant and started running without any trial or assistance. Though Turbo's journey is far from over, we hope that he continues to heal, as he will require physical therapy, rehab, and possibly knee surgery. Two-legged cow. This bizarre video of a baby cow walking with only two of its hind legs and no front legs surfaced online. This calf was born on a farm in Indonesia and shocked the whole world. It appears as if the whole body of the cow isn't in its full control, and it is only wobbling around, but somehow the calf never falls down. From a distance, it looks like a kangaroo. In the video, we can see the cow going near a shirtless man for some affection or appreciation, but the man repeatedly gives it a little nudge instead of a gentle pat. Shame on the man who is mistreating an already distressing creature. An eyeless horse. Next on this list, we have for you an eyeless horse. Yeah, the horse really doesn't have any eyes present, and just has to live without eyesight. He wasn't born like this, but learned to live without his sight. With its hollow eye socket, the horse attempts to make the best of the situation he is in, as at the start he used to have panic attacks, but he is now recovering successfully. Here is another eyeless horse named Endo, who, due to a condition, had to get both of his eyes removed via an operation. Despite all this, Endo managed to score 3 Guinness World Records, which are highest free jump by a blind horse, the most flying changes made by a horse in 1 minute, and the fastest time for a blind horse to weave 5 poles. Three-legged lion. This footage of a three-legged lion wandering around the jungle seems very heartbreaking, and so the story is behind this. This lion fell into a trap set by poachers and his leg got badly injured. He has recovered now, but would have to live with only 3 of his legs from now on, which is quite sad. It seems as if he is making the best of his situation, but could have a lot of problems hunting. Having a break from all the heartbreaking stuff, here is a dog who fakes having an injury to get food and love from the people. What a trickster we have here. Butterfly or leaf? Butterfly or leaf? Well, here I have it up to you to decide which title would be the best for this creature. Look how perfect this life form is. With wings closed, it closely resembles a dry leaf with dark veins, and remains still and lifeless, just like an autumn leaf. But it is only until you touch it. Once touched, the flat leaf will quickly transform into a butterfly and will show you a spectacular example of camouflage by flying and then turning back quickly again into a leaf. Neglected long hooves. This pony, when found, was so neglected that he was barely able to walk with such long hooves. It was found by a group of volunteers locked away in a shed in Belgium for at least a decade without any proper care. By the time the owner returned to the authorities, the pony was on the verge of death from starvation, and its hooves resembled the horns of a bighorn sheep. Its joints suffered permanent damage due to such humongous hooves, and it is unlikely to say whether it will be able to walk properly now or not. Two-legged dog. Meet Deuce, the Wonder Dog, an inspirational canine that, despite losing both of its left legs, is still hopping around with unusual joy. Deuce wasn't born with this abnormality, but he was a pretty healthy dog. It wasn't until he got badly injured by falling in a ditch. Both the left legs got broken and badly infected. Even with aggressive medical treatment, there was virtually nothing they could do, so the infected limbs of the dog had to be amputated. Even after all this, Deuce is happy to make it and enjoying his life to the fullest. Paraplegic hyena. This paraplegic female hyena was seen walking on just 2 of her front legs. The story behind this poor animal is that when she was a pup, a lion broke her spine in a predatory attack. This video is from 9 months after the attack, and it seems as if the hyena has adjusted quite well to her new lifestyle. The muscles adapted in carrying the majority of the weight on the 2 limbs. animals are often seen with broken parts of their bodies after a rough battle with another animal. And this is her most recent sighting, where you can see that the hyena now looks healthy and content. Man sitting on crocodile. Next, I have for you guys a clip that literally infuriates me to the core every time I see it. A man driving a motorbike can be seen sitting on top of a motionless crocodile. The tail of the crocodile can be seen touching the ground while being dragged. When the video surfaced on social media, an uproar started with people claiming that the video shows animal cruelty. Well, we don't know the full story nonetheless. It is unfair to tie an animal onto a bike and transport it to some other locality even if it is not alive. But if alive and on sedatives, it would be dangerous for both the man and the croc. Man bathing cobra. Now, here we have a legendary man who is giving a bath to none other than the king cobra. It appears as if this highly poisonous snake is having a time of its life. The video was captured in Kerala, India, and by the looks of it, it can be deciphered that the hot summers compelled the cobra to cool off a bit. The snake knows that the man is helping it, hence it is not in a defensive position. If you guys are getting any wild ideas, just don't, as this stunt was carried out by an Indian Forest Service officer. Bulls running through fire. Talking about wilder stuff, I have for you yet another unbelievable feat, which was performed by Indian bull tamers. It is a way of worship for these Hindu worshippers, where the bull tamers are made to jump their cows through a line of fire. It is part of a religious festival in Karnataka, in the south of the country, to celebrate the spring harvest. According to practitioners, the festival is supposed to bring good fortune and protect livestock and crops from harm over the coming year. However, the netizens don't feel the same way about this, and many got mad at this and labeled it as an act of animal cruelty. Fish gulping eel. Next on the list, we have a nightmarish fish and an even bigger eel, which it was trying to gulp down its throat. This unusual sight caught the attention of many netizens, with them questioning the species of fish capable of doing this. After some investigation and research, we found out that it was carp, and that it is a behavioral pattern in which these fish share their meal with one another by regurgitating the eel into the other fish's mouth. Or this could be a fake. Yeah, that's all we know because this pattern hasn't been documented at all. Red king crab molting. This red king crab is taking off its costume. Yeah, it really looks like that. But in reality, it is just molting, which in simple words means that it sheds off its own skin. The process is, however, a little tricky, in which the crab first absorbs seawater to make their shell swell, causing the old shell to crack open. It then gets out of it by slowly wiggling out. After discarding the old shell, the red crab then starts pumping seawater into its body to expand its new shell. If only I could get rid of my dead skin cells like that. Snakes in ceiling. If you think that was bold, just have a look at this one. A couple of wildlife rescuers got the complaint of slithering serpents in the upper attic, but never, in their wildest thoughts, they would have expected this. A whole ceiling came off with 3 slithering pythons, all longer than 10 feet in length, with 2 longer than 16 feet. This happened in Malaysia. The funny thing was that they were all entangled in each other, which indicates that they were mating at the time and got disturbed by humans intervening. Imagine processing the revelation that the voices from your ceilings were just pythons snuggling up. Dancing eels. Glued permanently to the sand and sneaking just inches out from the ocean, these are the ocean garden eels. Here they are dancing! Well, not really dancing, but that's just the water current affecting them. Staying in a question mark shape when the currents are high, they stand straight in lower flow and eat the zooplankton, which is the main source of food for them, and have also organized an ambushing colony for the fish floating over the seafloor, where the garden eels are often seen hiding to attack a fish slightly bigger than the plankton. Python mating. As if being a python was not enough, this one decided to come in extra large size. Found in Malaysia, the python weighed a whopping 550 pounds and was about 8 meters long. Not just that, it was considered the largest one in the world. But not giving much time to the researchers to study its huge size, unfortunately, the python died just after 2 days it was found. Well, not just being the largest one, the pythons are pro in mating too. Look how these two were found mating in the South African land. A marine pedicure. Forget about salons and book an appointment in Florida, where this trendy type of pedicure has become much more popular. All you need to do is put up your feet in a water tank full of hundreds of tiny fish, which are usually carps, that will nibble the dead skin from your feet. But unfortunately, before the popular treatment was known to be offered anywhere in the state, the procedure was banned by the Florida Board of Cosmetology. But don't worry if this pedicure procedure has been banned, because on the shoreline of California, there is a cast of striped shore crabs that, due to their scavenging nature, find dead skin appetizing and clean dirt and grime from underneath and on the surface of toenails and fingers. Although they are usually skittish, it takes a lot of patience. The results are worthy. Sapling in a rat's back. Have a look at this rat pot. A rat pot? Did I just confuse you all? Well, not really, as this rat literally surprised everyone after it was spotted by an Indian farmer who was shocked to see the rat with a sapling soa plant growing through its body. The video, after hitting social media, gathered many experts for explanation. According to them, a soa bean seed could have fallen into its open wound and germinated. And now, as the rat was in immense pain because the plant had grown in the neck region. Although there wasn't any brain damage, the farmer decided to take it home to remove the plant and let the animal live a normal life. Opening of an egg sac. If you're looking for ideas to actually surprise your significant other, this is certainly one way to go. Female spiders are known to fertilize their eggs in an egg sac made of smooth, silk-like material. Some mother spiders abandon the egg sac where the young have to fend for themselves, but most prefer to guard their egg sacs and sometimes even carry them in their jaws or attach spinnerets. After seeing the contents of the egg sac, you have to agree it's one of a kind for a surprise. Snake regurgitating another snake. When it comes to animal kingdom, it's not about animal species, but rather its size that matters. For instance, a snake was found in southern India, regurgitating one of its own kind that it had swallowed whole. Confused by the moment, he first thought that the snake was shedding its skin until he looked closely. Why did the snake suddenly decide to regurgitate? Well, it certainly wasn't growing a conscience, but it had to dispose of the excess weight upon sighting danger and its vulnerability. It is also rumored to be part of a snake species that also considers its own kind in the food chain. Blue dog. This certainly isn't the case of them dyeing their fur. Onlookers on the streets of Mumbai started seeing the emergence of blue dogs. At first, it started raising curiosity, which turned into a great concern when a local veterinarian found the cause of the blue color linked to the untreated industrial waste, which is dumped into the Kasadi River. These dogs, while dipping in and out of the water, catch the chemical, which when reacts with their bodily fluids to reveal a blue dye-like color. Animal protection officers are trying to help these dogs and have raised concerns to the control board to act on the companies responsible. Cockroach-infested telephone. Cockroaches are notorious for infesting the electronics, but here it looks like they have got very serious about the electric items. This skin-crawling moment was filmed in 2019 when a maintenance worker visited a house in Australia and found a dirty and useless landline just hanging on a derelict wall. After poking around a little bit with the phone, he opened its body and was shocked to find hundreds of cockroaches spilling out of the disused phone. Much like the worst nightmare. This picture of a horse running on 2 legs is bound to surprise anyone. Look, it is literally running on only 2 legs. But how can this happen? Is this footage a glitch in the Matrix? Some deception to the eyes, or real? Well, I would say that if the video amuses you, it has done its job. Worried mama mare. Imagine you were just born a night before, but managed to stuck inside a tiny yet deep hole. This mama mare is all worried for her little one who is stuck down there. So the people there dropped everything and came to the scene for rescue. They started digging out the hole. By the size of it, it looks almost impossible how a horse baby could fit into it. Oh, there it is, waiting to be saved. The digging is finished and here it comes. It went directly to its mama for a quick feeding session. Horse goes back into fire. As chaos erupted after a ranch fire, this horse galloped back into the fire. But why? Was it lost somehow? Well, it turns out that the valiant horse Prieta galloped into the fire to protect its grandbaby named Onyx. This all happened during the ongoing Californian wildfire. The horse returned back and made sure that all the other horses, including its grandchild, would be safe. What a sweet gesture, and it shows that animals are as much or more compassionate than humans. Ride on a whale shark. This man from Saudi Arabia attempted an unbelievable feat. A whale shark was seen swimming near the boat. So the man braced himself and jumped right onto the big beast. It looks as if he then attempts to ride it. Many people commented on the video by saying that he is harming the whale shark as they have a slime layer to protect themselves from pathogens. By riding it, he removed the layer, making it more vulnerable to disease. But in reality, he didn't do it for fun, but was just helping the whale because some fishing ropes got stuck in it. He is also a professional fisherman and really knows what he's doing. Strange eels. What in the 7 worlds is this abomination now? This strange eel turning up on a riverbed is particularly weird. Some good Samaritans were feeding the ducks near a river when these eels turned to claim their bread.